Boom.
Biddly, biddly, biddly bar. Got my Buxton. Got my Dumbo cup with my cup hot the tea in it. Let's go. You know what time it is. Get that badger in and on and over here. Move back to get his greatness in. Nobody down round here. You know what we do. Quick shit vid. We're on a marathon today. We're going to drop in as many times as physically possible. Does Crescencio Summerville have a attitude problem? I only said that slowly because I forgot what the video was going to be about. So normally I'd go, does Crescencio Summerville have an attitude problem? But because I stuttered and stammered a bit, I went, does Crescencio Summerville... I'm not trying to be like media trained, you know. I ain't even got... That needs a bit of a flick on that side. Then it's a mirror image. Oh, nobody do it how he does it, though. Nobody do it how he does it. Does Summerville have a... I've done it again. Have a attitude problem? I'm getting a little bit bored of this. I've had Jesse Marsch. Well, I haven't had Jesse Marsch, but I've seen Jesse Marsch months ago saying at Leeds it was Crescencio Summerville. Like, I hate Marsch. He does my head in, but he gets asked if there's any bad trainers. Now, a bad trainer's not necessarily an attitude problem, is it? So, like, apparently Eden Hazard were a really poor trainer, like, never, you know, want particularly getting in and around it or getting stuck in necessarily, but then on game day turned it on. Then I've just watched Adam Pope and this other gadget talking on Don't Go to Sleep Yet on the BBC Sounds podcast, and really frustrating, to be honest. Adam Pope saying he's got an attitude problem. People saying that he's closer to the club and he should know. So ultimately he says he's not bothered that he's gone because he thinks there's an attitude problem there. I honestly think, I say this a lot, like Ozil used to get it at Arsenal that he had an attitude problem, and then, to be fair, Ozil ended up making a bit of a tit of himself later on down the line in general, talking about all sorts of crazy shit. But it comes down to a lot of mannerisms, I always think. So Summerville's just mannerism is a little bit... He don't look like... He looks a bit moody, he looks a bit selfish, you know, but that also makes him the player that he is. Then we as Leeds fans, we tend to do this thing where when the player goes out the door, then we're looking for every single excuse to find out why we don't need him, which we knew Summerville were going to go, so I don't mind the contingency plan to know that he's going, and I wasn't fearful of him leaving due to the fact I already thought he was going to go, so it wasn't a surprise, it's not a shock exit. But to suggest that we... I can't remember what the other guy's called, somebody might be able to enlighten me, but it was on the podcast and he was with Adam Pope, and he was saying that, you know, we are going to need to find them goals, but he was hiding. What did he say? He used to vanish in games and stuff, and we stuck with him. Well, we stuck with him because we had nobody else better than him in this position. I've said this 100 times, it feels like. We did the same with Rutter, where everybody piled in on him a little bit. You've got to give these players 5 or 6 games where he's not firing on all cylinders, and hopefully the other players charge up, get stuck in, get a couple of goals, get Summerville, give Summerville the chance to not be just... What we're expecting. He also said that West Ham won't take the dips in form. Well, I don't know whether he'll go straight into West Ham side or not. I don't really care. I don't know how deep West Ham's side are. I've not seen them. I'll watch them on first game of the season and find out. But I think they do actually put up with people that have dips in form. I think they... So is it a misnomer? Is that or misnomer? I don't know. But regardless, it's just this blasé thing. Like, West Ham won't accept that. Like, they're like a Man City club. They're not a Man City club. They'll finish 10th this season and they'll be pretty happy with it. So what are your thoughts on that, genuinely? Do you think Summerville's got an attitude problem? Do you agree with me that it's just, you know, people's characteristics and how they are? I used to get, you know, I've got resting bitch face. I used to get told I was moody when I was playing football. I were a bit of a brat when I was younger. While playing, you know, I got a bit radgy with, tends to be like old players that used to get radgy about me staying on ball and stuff, trying to actually affect the game. But it's just how you are. I just think there's an element of sticking up for yourself. You're not just riding bitch. What are your thoughts? Who else is a moody man? Lego, Yorkshire boy.
Boom.
JackCity, bitch. JackCity, bitch.
You do you and I'll do me, that's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprises, why I ask no.